Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afrida Dewi Anggriani, and now I will present about my proposal. And the title of my proposal about the correlation between student confidence and their speaking achievement in debate. Okay, for the first material about background of the problem. Yeah, speaking is one of skill in English, and this is the most important skill to support student success in English. And the mastery of speaking skill is a priority for many second language or foreign language learner. And speaking is an ability to communicate and interact, and also to express opinion, idea, and information. And the and the speaking problem related to vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. If like a student who feel unable to speak English because still feel lacking in his vocabulary, or a student who afraid of the wrong pronunciation, so the person he is speaking to does not understand what is being said and feel insecure due to the use of his grammar, which is still mess. Yeah, this is the problem usually always happen in the speaking classes. Yeah, uh, in general, all of this the problem originate from the confidence by the student. Yeah, several studies in social science have identified perceived difficulty has a direct influence on the student confidence and the perform on the test. Okay, in general, student who has higher self-confidence than the other, usually he can to speak or to giving opinion well. Okay, student who have high confidence will be easy to act and not afraid to make mistakes. Okay, like in a speaking class, when a student debate is being held, in defending their argument, students are required to be active in speaking and not assume to express their opinion or argumentation. Yeah, usually a student who has high confidence will tend to be more active, uh, speaking in debate, and yeah, not assume to giving opinion and to express their argument. Okay, for the next materials about the differences between previous research and my research. Okay, in the previous research, there is the research by Septiana Kusumaningsih. Based on her title research is a correlation between student motivation and self-confidence towards speaking ability. First grade student of Mansuko Harjo, she concluded that uh, the result uh, the result of research show that there is the correlation between student motivation and self-confidence is important factor for speaking ability. Okay, and different with my research. Okay, in my research I'm discuss about the correlation between a student confidence and their speaking achievement in debate. Okay, different there in speaking achievement and in debate. Okay. Okay, for the next about the reason why I want to do the research. Okay, because most student in the class when asked for their opinion really want to express their opinions, might be only one or two students who dare to speak express their opinion. Therefore I want to this research whether it's true, because confidence is what influence student speaking achievement or not. And to make it effective, here I test with the bat. Okay, the next about the limitation of the problem. Yeah, this research was conducted to solve problem that focus on the correlation between a student confidence and their speaking achievement in the debate. Okay, actually, it's a very difficult to solve all problem. Therefore, research limit the discussion in this study. In this case, the research will only discuss about the correlation between student confidence and their speaking achievement in debate. Debate referred to in this case is debate in class. Yeah, debate in classroom in a subject, not a debate in a competition. Okay, so here the research will find out whether or not there is a correlation of student confidence with speaking achievement through the debate. Okay. For the next, about formulation of the problem. From the background, identification and limitation of the problem stated before, the problem of the research was formulated into: is there a correlation between a student confidence and their speaking achievement in the debate? Okay. Okay, use of the research. Okay, in research, I using quantitative research, and there is the scope of the problem. The first about the subject of the research. Yeah, as for the subject in this research is our student in 7A and 7B grade, totaling 15 at SMPN 1 Batu Ketulis, West Lampung. And then object of the research is a student self-confidence, and their speaking achievement in this case can be observed when they debate. Okay, for the next about place of the research, yeah, at SMPN 1 Batu Ketulis, West Lampung, Lampung. And then the time of the research is 1 week from 4 May until 10 May 2020. Okay, about chapter 2, about theory, and the first theory about speaking. Yeah, definition of speaking. Speaking is one of skill in English. Okay, in here, according to Spark and Pulfordness, speaking is a productive skill like writing by involving speech to express meaning to other people that producing some words that represent one idea. Okay, and then there is the expert Hammer state that the ability to speak fluency assumes not only the feature of knowledge, like speech, expressive, lexical, and grammatical, as well as language negation, but also skill for processing information like language processing, interacting with information processing, and etc. And then speaking is an interactive process of constructing meaning that involves producing and retrieving and processing information. Okay, and then there is the other opinion about the speaking. Yeah, speaking is hard part in learning foreign language. And then in here there is the expert is Flores that speaking requires the learner not only know how to produce a specific point of language such as a grammar, pronunciation, or vocabulary, but also they need to understand when, why, and in what way to produce language. Okay, so it can be concluded speaking is one of the most important skill in English that is needed by students, although in the process of mastery there are some problem and also tend to be difficult. Okay, and then for the next about elements of speaking. Okay, based on the theories above included, there is 5 indicators, namely pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension. Okay, the next about the function of speaking. 3-part version of Brown and Eules About the function of speaking, there are three. The first is talk as interaction, and then for the second is talk as transaction, and then for the last about talk as performance. Okay, about the next is type of speaking. There are three type of speaking. The first is interactive, and then for the second is partially interactive, and then for the last in non-interactive. Okay, the next about achievement. Yeah, in the standard for text construction, achievement is viewed basically as the competence a person have in area of content, and then achievement is the word preferred in the educational or psychiatrist field, being sometimes characterized by the degree of inference required on the part of the student to give a response. Okay, for the next about speaking achievement. Okay, in this case, speaking achievement is defined as a student who have success in the achieving good speech. Okay, student who have speaking achievement will certainly be more confident and able to express their opinion well. Okay, next about the theory of self-confidence. Okay, self-confident is confident in believing in yourself and your own abilities. Okay, in here there is the expert. According to Brown, yeah, confident is the ability of taking risk in having mistake in the effort of using the language actively and passively. Okay, there is other opinion about self-confidence. Yeah, self-confidence is a personal factor that play a sportive role in the achievement of foreign language learning. Okay, based on this statement, self-confidence is attitude or personal factor which allow us to have positive, realistic perception and belief to achieve success and competence. Okay, for the next about the aspect of self-confidence. Okay, there are two aspects of self-confidence. The first is competent. Okay, and then the next about the first is competent and the second about it self assurance. Okay, and then for the next about type to improve self confidence. Okay, the first is dress up, and then the second about step up the face, and then about the watch your posture, and then personal advertisement, and then practice gratitude. Okay, and then for the next about important factor which build self-confidence. Okay, in here there is the expert. Brown further explained that self-confidence being from several factors. The most important factor which builds self-confidence like personal experience, and then social method received for others, and etc. Okay, for the last about theory of debate. Okay, the first about definition of debate. Debate is perceived as little more than systematic arguing. Okay, debate is process of inquiry and advocacy, a way of arriving at a reasoned judgment on a proposition. Okay, and then debate is discuss or exchange of opinion and on a matter by giving each other reason to defend each other opinion. Okay, the next about element of debate, there are statement, affirmative versus negative, and then constructive, rejection. Okay, and then the next about the benefit of debate. Okay, The first is fun, team matters, public speaking skill, and then analytical skill, and etc. Okay, the next about the correlation between student confidence and their speaking achievement in the BAT. Okay, so when a student already has high self-confidence, does not feel at the possibility that he will be better, more active, and his speaking skill in this matter in the BAT. Okay, the student is able to express opinion and defend them well. Therefore, student speaking achievement can be achieved by continuing to develop their speaking abilities and also by increasing their self-confidence. Okay, the next about in chapter 3 about research methodology. The first material about research design. Okay, in this research, I using the quantitative research and correlation research design. Okay, in here there is the expert. According to Frankel and Whelan, correlation research is also sometimes referred to as form of descriptive research because it describes an existing relationship between two variables or more, and the purpose of correlation research is to clarify our understanding of important phenomena by identifying relationship among variable. Okay, and then for the next about population in this research are the entire student at the 7th grade of SMPN 1 Batu Ketulis West Lampung, and then which consists of 50 students that are divided into two classes that are 7A and 7B. And then about sample, okay, the population at the 7th grade of SMPN 1 Batu Ketulis Lampung are divided on two classes that are 7A and 7B. Okay, sample in the research in this research is the partly of the two class, yes, two class 7A and 7B of SMPN 1 Batu Ketulis West Lampung. Okay, the next about sampling technique. Okay, this is in taking sample. Okay, I used cluster random sampling technique. The selection of group or cluster of subject rather than individual is known as cluster random sampling. The research conducted at the 7th grade consists of two classes, and the step is determining the experimental class and control class as follows. Okay, the first, the name of each class was written in a small pieces of paper. Each paper is a name of each class. Those are 7A and 7B. And then for the second, this piece of paper was rolled and put into the glass. Okay, and then the third, the research soak the glass and take one of the pieces of the paper. And then the next, a pieces of a paper that taken from the glass to be chosen as a sample of the research. Okay, and then about instrument. The instrument are speaking test to test about the student confidence. Okay, next about an instrument. Okay, instrument is a mean of collecting data. It can be in the form of observational sheet, questionnaire, interview, and test. Okay, and then in this research, the instrument are speaking test to test about the student confidence. Okay, the next about data collecting technique. Okay, the data of this research will be collecting by administering the test to the student. Okay, this is testing student confidence. Okay, the first, so here students are divided into 4 group in debat, and then here the research give a question or statement to the uh, 4 group. Then the research asks the group to give answer and argument about the question or statement who give or who ask of the research. Okay, researchers. Okay, the next about data collecting technique. Yeah, in the data collecting technique of this research will be collecting by administering the test to the student. Okay, this is the testing student confidence. Okay, the first. So here students are divided into 4 groups in the debat. Okay, and then here the researcher give question or statement to the 4 group. Then the researcher asks the group to give answer and argument about the question or a statement by the researcher. Okay, and then for the second, here the researcher asks that students can defend their argument that are considered correct. Okay, this is where the debate begins. However, researchers still use a good way of debating. Okay, that is, if you do not agree or disagree, the argument is blamed, not the person who put forward his argument. Okay, in this debate, the researcher can see and know about the correlation between student confidence and speaking achievement. Okay, and then the last about data analysis. Okay, the first is normalitas. The normalitas test is used to measure student confidence and their speaking ability. Okay, the hypothesis of normalitas was formulated as follow. HA is the data have normal distribution, and HO is the data have not normal distribution. Okay, and then about the next is homogeneity test. Okay, in homogeneity is a method based on the chi-square statistic for testing whether two or normal distribution are equal. The hypothesis of normality tests were formulated as follows. HA, the data have homogeneous distribution, and HO, the data have not homogeneous distribution. And then the last about hypothetical testing. Okay, to know the correlation between a student confidence and their speaking achievement in debat, the research use product moment formulation. Okay, as follow RXY. Okay, and then last about conclusion. Yeah, the correlation between student confidence and their speaking achievement in debat. So, when a student already has high self-confidence, does not feel the possibility that he will be better and more active in his speaking skill in his method in the debat. Okay, and then the student is able to express opinion and defend them well. Therefore, student speaking achievement can be achieved by continuing to develop their speaking abilities and also by increasing their self-confidence. Okay, I think enough for today, and thank you for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.